Hey everybody, how's it going? Yes, we've all survived the IHSA state finals, and I am now in post-state final mode, if you will. And actually, I'm still in kind of season mode for another week or so, trying to wrap up everything from the IHSA state final. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. I got a lot coming your way. Got some interesting things coming in the off season here as well. So you definitely want to stick around for it. Anyone looking for a free sub, we got a great Black Friday deal going on right now. It's going to continue through the second, continue through Friday. So, again, take advantage of that of anyone that might be looking to subscribe. And again, so the popular subject that everybody wants to talk about, and again, you get used to it by now. It's everyone wants to know, who was my top ranked team in Chicagoland and why, and why did I diss Cary Grove, and why did I diss Joliet Catholic? And look, I mean, I get it. You guys are passionate, and I love the hell out of that. And you can disagree with me, and that's totally cool. And you want to light me up, that's fine too. But I think unlike others, I will tell you my thoughts. Why I ranked who I ranked where. You guys are already coming back with me with some really good points. Stuff that if I went back and did a week 15, I might have corrected a little bit. But again, it really starts with number one. So I wound up ranking Lockport my number one team in Chicagoland for 2021. Started my preseason poll 26. And by the way, I'm going to release that probably tomorrow. I'll release my preseason, my final season, and then I might even later this week, I'm going to throw in maybe 5 to 10 top teams to watch as well for 2022 and just give you a little bit of an outline there. But so why Lockport? Well, first of all, I ranked Lockport number one the week before. Very, very impressed with the Porters really all year. And, it was, I think they kind of suffered from we didn't have overwhelming wins. This wasn't a Lockport offense that wasn't going to put up 50 points a game, and they didn't. And that's okay because they won 13 out of 14. Now everybody wants to make a huge deal out of a week 8, 12-10 loss to Lincoln Way. And okay, I mean, Hayden Timosek was out, but a loss is a loss. It's okay. I never realized that the Southwest Suburban Blue and Lincoln Way East were the little sisters of the poor, like some other publishers and pollsters want to make it all seem. I find it incredible that the week before we were touting Maine South, or they were touting Maine South as their top team, talking about how glittering their resume was, and then their number one team loses, and that all gets forgotten. Interesting. I feel very strong about my selection in Lockport. I really do. Again, no diss to Cary Grove, who, by the way, I moved from 6 to 2. So I wish more people would get disrespected for moving up 4 slots in after a state final. That doesn't happen very often in my polls. That's how impressed I was with Cary on Saturday and that win over East St. Louis. And as I mentioned on the EDGY Nation board, which I always try to get to those first before anyone else wants to know anything. I definitely want you guys to know where I'm coming from. So if that was a little late coming out, I apologize for that, but been a little busy. I mean, I talked about the possibility of Cary Grove making that a game going back to playoff pairing night. Discussed how option teams traditionally over the years, and if you go back and look at some of the teams that have knocked out East St. Louis, a lot of them have been option teams. I'm thinking for the last couple of years where Mount Carmel knocked them out. And, even under Jordan Lynch, I think the Caravan will tell you they kind of went a little bit more traditional back to the old school counters and options in that game than they had been showing for a lot of the year. So the book, let's say the book was out there already a bit on the Flyers, and hey, Cary Grove does it about as well as anybody in the state and has for a long time under Brad Seaberg. So again, not shocked that it was a close game. And I asked the question, maybe we all had East St. Louis overrated. Now, I don't do a quote unquote power statewide poll. I guess I can. I mean, I used to do it years ago. It's amazing. I did all this stuff years ago, and then other people start picking it up and doing it. But whatever. Maybe next year I'll start it. But I did not have a quote unquote statewide power poll. If I did, I probably would have had East St. Louis number one. But you look back and it makes you answer some and ask some questions for sure. How good was the Southwestern Conference this year? Not very. Saw Edwardsville in the spring, saw Fallon, saw East St. Louis. East St. Louis got a game from Edwardsville in the spring, blew out O'Fallon. If you look at the Southwest Conference teams, they did not fare very well in the playoffs. So, again, not dissing East St. Louis whatsoever. Loaded team, but and a huge win for Carey. I just look at body of work. I look at an 8A team that went through and won a 1 through 32 seeded tournament. Played, I think, some incredibly difficult teams in the regular season as well as in the postseason. I think Lockport's path was incredibly difficult compared to, say, Carey and Joliet Catholic. And I use a lot of the same rationale and thoughts behind Carey not being number one, the same with Joliet Catholic. So a lot of it does apply. Again, I just felt that Carey is in a lock conference. They're in the Fox Valley, a very good 6A conference. There's no doubt about that. But again, it is still a lock conference, and it is still 8A. So Carey knows generally who they're playing every playoff because it never really seems to change. Prairie Ridge always winds up running into Carey in most cases. Didn't happen this year. It almost happened. And I fight for 6A and below. I want them to be 1 through 32, but they're not. Not Carey's fault. It's also not Lockport's fault or anyone else's fault. I definitely weigh more heavily into 8A, 7A from a level of competition standpoint. Just look at everyone's polls. You pollsters that do this, look at how many 8A teams you have ranked versus 6A. Just look at it. That should tell you strength of schedule right there. So again, there's that factor. And again, I just felt Lockport right now was a better team. Would I love to see a Lockport Cary Grove or a Joliet Catholic Lockport game? Hell yeah. We'll go play over at Bluff Park right down the street from my house. Be more than happy to host you guys. Come on over. That's not going to happen, and you know it. And that's the fun of this. We all get to banter and complain and argue and what have you. But again, I said this before. I'm going to say it again. I stand by my number one team in Lockport. I feel very good about my selection. Very happy for them. Very happy for all 8 teams that brought home state titles this weekend. But again, you asked me my opinion. I'm going to give it to you. There we go. So appreciate you hanging out. Appreciate your reading. Appreciate your passion. 100%. But thought you guys deserved where I was coming from on my final ranking. So there you go. You can take it for what it's worth. And you want to keep debating this through the winter? Hey, it's cool. I can keep going back and forth. I don't think that'll happen though. So, but hey, 270 days until kickoff, right? Hey, always ready for football there. Thanks, everybody. I hope you had a great finals. Thanks for your support during the football season. Don't go anywhere. I got all kinds of cool stuff coming up here in the postseason and the after season, like the afterlife, the off season. So thanks, everybody. Talk